I'm just barely peeking my head up. I just didn't want to jump scare you right away. Hmm? Oh. Hey, here I am. This is what has gotten me. Woo! Okay, can't do that. Yeah, now you can see me in this whole new form. I have this here, which I can use for all upcoming streams and everything, instead of, this thing. I'll tell you what, this is so good that I'm finally gotten to this point. Hey. What? My biggest smile? I'll try it, but well, at least that's the best I could do right now. Honestly, this day and hour could not come quick enough. Not at all, but finally. And this has been 4 months in the making. 4 long months. Which you can actually tell my journey to this point. So it largely started off with pretty much building my own career in art. And at one point I've gotten quite stuck. And I figured the only way to progress is to take up 3D modeling. I largely thought of commissioning an entire model from someone. But then it pretty much came to me, which I thought, only I know what I truly want. And I thought, you know what? I should do it myself. So, back in September of last year, in 2024, that's when I applied for a 3D modeling course in university. It was a little bit bumpy, that's for sure. It kind of started off with just doing a whole bunch of nonsense, like, why do I have to do this? But apparently it was all necessary stuff. I thought, oh, alright, we'll just slug through it, and we'll get to the good stuff eventually, which I certainly did. Got to some of the 3D modeling stuff, and not just 3D modeling, but also animation as well. And yeah, really good stuff, which I learned in that subject. Hey! Woo! So with the 3D modeling part of it over, I got to work on this. This model that you can see right now. Although the 3D modeling part was fairly easy, the next part, oh boy. I've had several problems on the next bit. That was regarding the formatting. And also the rigging too, which the rigging part wasn't really the biggest issue for me, but rather getting it into a workable format. And that was the biggest issue with it right now, which I probably just said twice now. Ugh. Apologies. I've looked at many other solutions on trying to get around this issue, and unfortunately, I did not have much luck with it. So as a last resort, I reached out and got help with the whole rigging process. And I was able to get in contact with him and get that all done, and here I am right now. And the one to help me out with the whole rigging process and get me to this point was K-Dart. He was the one I reached out to, and he was the one who helped me out. So huge thanks to him. And now with everything all set up and ready to go, here I am. So then, one other thing I can even talk about. Model overview. Whoops. Sorry, I was adjusting myself there, and I got one of these seats with like adjustable armrests, and it slipped onto me. Woo. So here's a fairly good display of me here. And yeah, this is what I've been working on entirely over the 4 months, and this is what I've like made myself. So basically, I made the model, and K-Dart, the one I just gave a shout out to, was the one who rigged the model for me. And what I actually think of it myself, overall, well, this is actually, and this is coming from me, who made the model, it's not perfect, I'm going to admit. There are some anomalies here and there, especially some polygonal anomalies and some in the texture, but this is just at the stage I'm at. I'm going to tell you that, fortunately, this model that you see right now is not the definitive version. Once I further learn about the 3D modeling program I used to make this model, I can guarantee you that I can get better from here. So you basically think of this as a sort of version 1.0. As I've said, how it's not perfect, at least in its current form. Again, that's just the level I'm at right now. Actually, there's something I could actually tell you. There's this bit of advice that one of my design teachers from college gave me in my class. His advice is start off stupid. Basically, his idea is that if you're making or designing something, and as your skills improve, you can get so much better from there later on. So pretty much, if you think something looks good now, just imagine how better you can make it much later. Sure, like my markings may not be the same as that other one I used, like no like facial markings like I had on the other one. But suddenly, I got the stripes. Because I can never go wrong with the stripes. Nobody can. Especially if you're making a Thyla scene like this. Alright now, that's enough. Enough looking at my butt. Anywho, one of the things I want to ask you in this next segment. What do you think? How do I look? Yeah, even I would think so. Because with that other one, which is just like an animated PNG, that's all it did, just like it did a looping animation. And I couldn't really express myself much with it. From Disney. I never really thought of myself that way. But now I've gotten to this point, I'm going to tell you what I've got planned from now. It's certainly going to be some upcoming streams, that's for sure. Like, now that I've gotten this done, I can get back to you. Like, that's why I've pretty much been gone for like 4 months. Because I've been working so hard to bring this to the channel. One of the things I said in my updates was that I was saving a lot of those ideal streams until after I got this done. And then I'm back here as a VTuber. So now, having written down a list of things to get to streaming on, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what you can expect to see. And it's probably going to block me a little bit, but it's only going to be up for like a few seconds or so, but here's what I've got planned for upcoming streams for you to look forward to. It's going to be a stream of Animal Jam Classic, Minigame Arcade, Revisited. So effectively, I'm going to be getting back to the minigames on Animal Jam Classic as a stream. Because that's like one of my first few series I did, in which I played through all the minigames in Classic. And Another thing is still sticking with Animal Jam Classic, it's the Adventures, also revisited. And another stream of Animal Jam, this time the one previously known as Play Wild, so it's now just called Animal Jam. A stream of Minigame Arcade, in which I'm playing pretty much a lot, if not all of the minigames in Animal Jam. Again, the one previously known as Play Wild. And the next two is a second stream of Echo the Dolphin, which I played, I think early in the year, or no, not early in the year. I think it would have been last year actually. And another stream of Seasons After Fall. See if I can get around to finishing that game, because I've only stopped like halfway or a third the way through. That's what I've got planned from now. A lot of stuff to look forward to, especially with some, of course, with the more upcoming seasonal streams, such as the Night of the Phantoms and the Jamali Days. Now with my plans out of the way, with what I've got announced, now for me, the best part. Let's chat! So, what's been going on for everyone? How are you all? During those 4 months in which I've been working on this model, that I've been getting onto other stuff as well, just to get a bit of a break from time to time. I've watched many other movies during the year, that's for sure. One I've watched as well was Superman 2025. I was told that it's actually been doing quite well, and it's actually really good. I mean, that was before I watched it, and I was even suggested that I check it out. So I thought, oh, all right. And after watching it, I thought, well, it's not groundbreaking, at least in my opinion, but it was still quite a ride. And I believe beforehand, two movies I watched in particular was the live-action How to Train Your Dragon, and yeah, even though we pretty much knew the whole story already and how it was going to be, I was actually quite surprised. It's actually a worthy remake, with some changes and additions here and there, but nothing too major to really change anything. Oh boy. You bring up that absolute train wreck of a Snow White movie. Yeah, did not have that in mind until you brought it up. Yeah, just stick with the 1937 one. The movie that pretty much kicked off Disney's movie career. Or Disney in general, really. I'm still mentioning Disney. The other movie I watched was Lilo and Stitch. The only thing I could pretty much say about it was, the only thing it was good for was its humor. That's pretty much what I thought about it. The rest of it was kind of eh. My main issue with the live-action Lilo and Stitch was its pacing. But yeah, the pacing in the live-action Lilo and Stitch was the big issue for me, because it seemed, the opening in particular, like the prologue with like Jumba's trial and Stitch escaping, that went way too quick. And it seemed like each shot, like in some scenes, seemed to like last only like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, there's a shot of them walking up to the house, then a shot walking up the stairs, which lasted for 2 seconds, and then cut to another shot. I thought, oh gosh, there's like way too many like cuts between this shot and that shot. It was a bit of a headache to watch. But that's really one of the things that I've been catching up on, is a lot of the new movies that we've gotten during the year. And I don't really have many. Oh, actually, I almost forgot this one. And this one was pretty much the one I'm never gonna forget. The one movie I did see as well is the Minecraft movie. Hey. And what I thought with that one is, well, as I've said constantly about it, it was stupid, but it was fun. Like, not that I didn't like it, I still did, but it's just like the kind of movie it is. Like, it's one of those movies that you're not supposed to take seriously. And in case you're wondering, when I went to see it in cinemas, there was no chicken jockey shenanigans. Oh, well, there was, but it wasn't... It did result with everyone, like, rioting a little bit. That was actually before... I went to see it before that got here in Australia. Like, the closest thing I actually got to that chicken jockey shenanigans was still in that same cinema, was when some kids shouted it. Oh, and in fact, actually, I have that particular clip of it. Well, yeah, I have a clip of it. I mean, I didn't actually sneak a video recording of it, but it's mostly audio only, but I just didn't want to be seen with my phone out and look a little suspicious. But yeah, again, like, some 2 or 3 kids shouting chicken jockey as soon as Jack Black set it up on the movie. But yeah, have a look at this. This is so good. I might resize it here like so. So it's not taking like the whole screen, but just have a look here. Just check this out. That was the moment. That was my chicken jockey moment. But believe it or not, that was not the biggest moment for my cinema when I went to see it. It wasn't the chicken jockey, but actually the one moment that got everyone in the cinema lit, myself included, is something that which I'm actually quite buggered that I didn't sneak a recording of this as well. But the one moment to which the one I joined in as well with everyone else was when it went, "Who are you?" I am Steve. Yeah, that was the moment. Jack Black went, "I am Steve." Everyone said it alongside him. Everyone applauded. Hey. Oh, that was so good. Which is why I said, like, it was stupid, but it was fun. That's what I mostly said about the Minecraft movie. Which message? Oh. One thing's for sure about, still mentioning chicken. One of the things I would often say, after reading it from a video about bad signs, avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. Oh, which reminds me, I have 3 particular obsessions regarding chicken. Well, all 3 involve chicken. Like, the first one, in particular, is the chickadee China. You know, the Chinese chicken. Because you know in the song, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, you have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. You know? As the song 1 Week says. And the second one is the lava chicken. La 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 lava, chicken. I thought that was actually fairly accurate how they did that whole thing with lava and chicken. That KFC machine that we call it in the Minecraft game. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. And then, la 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 lava, chicken. And then this sign which I found on the internet which says, avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. So, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, lava chicken, and avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. Those are the three things which I've gotten obsessed about regarding chicken. Actually, one of the things I forgot to mention regarding plans. Not only will I have like the upcoming streams, such as the one I just gave you a sneak peek of, but also for the adventures, I'm thinking that I might do some challenges as well. Like do something a little bit more different rather than just like a standard playthrough of the adventures. And I thought just to embarrass myself, I probably might sing a song or two. Because apparently that's what I'm really good at doing. Like, embarrassing myself. Because the amount of cringe memories I've racked up throughout my life, it's too much to bear. And I think it's because of a little thing called autism. Oftentimes I'd say or do things which is a little out of the ordinary for some other people. But I guess that's what apparently was what gets me all those cringe memories which I keep racking up. Even to this day! Like, the amount of times which I'm just going about my day and I get, like, one of those, like, cringe memories just suddenly hit me in my head. I'm just like, And to someone looking at me, they would assume I'm having a stroke. So, honestly, if you think I'm a complete oddball, how do you think I feel? Well, if anyone's willing to make some instrumental versions of a song, which I'm interested in doing, well, it just depends on the song, really. Like, I'm not really much of a singer. It's just, it all just comes down to the type of song which I believe I could be quite good at. But that's pretty much that's largely me right now. Yep, totally. Put a lot of time and effort into it. And again, I could definitely have a whole lot of updates to it over the coming years, that's for sure. So it's not going to be like this the whole time. Well, I think that's really covered it all, really. Finally here with this model to show and to use in future live streams. So then, those who tuned in, thank you all so much for your patience. I guess I could, yeah, hang on. How's that look, huh? Yeah, I guess that would be, this will be more appropriate doing it this way, but yeah, but again, thank you all so much for your patience while I was silent for these 4 months. And to those who tuned in, thank you all so much for watching. But until then, take it easy.